King of relationships, God He loves away in the court of emotions every single day. With open hearts and minds, we'll find our truth.
Why do we men get punished in a lot of these relationships? Why are we so stressed out by our wife, our girlfriend, in these relationships? I'm gonna tell you, I think the number one reason is this. Because we try to do these relationships ourselves and not following godly principles. As a man in the head of the house, you got to remember at the beginning of time with Adam and Eve. God was talking to Adam, but the devil was talking to Eve. And the devil knew the power that and influence how he could have influenced that woman to get Adam off course and disregard God. So basically, the woman manipulated Adam. Adam turned his back on what God tell him to do for the woman, that the devil was the one manipulating the woman. And ever since that, the world got cursed. Wow. Now we go through what we go through today. Well, I want to tell y'all fellas something. I would say the best thing for anybody to do at this point in relationships, for it to kind of work, is try to stand on godly principles if you really want this relationship to be successful. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, if we stand on godly principles and we really mean it, that means that if the Bible, if we have to really respect God principles so much in what the Bible say that we refuse to go against it. So it's almost like we can't follow our own roadmap. We got to follow what the word says and tell us what to do. That's the only way. That means that the temptation and y'all fellas seen a woman that y'all might be like, oh man, I like that. No. Hey, listen, you already see what the Bible say about that. And I just got to be honest with you as a man. I'm not on here trying to preach to y'all. I'm not on here trying to be a relationship coach to y'all. I'm just telling y'all from a man that done travel all over the world and learned a lot of wisdom. And you know how that inner spirit talk to you sometime? And you just want to deliver the message to people. Because so many people just saying, why? Why am I going through this? Man, listen, it started since the beginning of time. And in reality, when it comes to things, we as fellas just need to definitely vet this woman and make sure that she really stand on godly principles. That's number one. If we really want the relationship, maybe the hope it'll go right. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you it's going to go 100% right. I got to be real with the world we live in. But to stand in the strongest position for this relationship to be strong, we really need them godly principles. Because if we don't have that, I hate to tell you, the relationship is not we definitely going to be in turmoil. And not to say a person have to really follow godly principles to the fullest to be a good and a loyal person. It's just the best thing for any man to do is basically make sure that him and that woman is compatible. That him and that woman pretty much, you know what I'm saying, on the same page. They got to almost, like they say, equally yoke. They got to kind of like the same things and pretty much be interested in the same world. You know, it's hard to maintain out here. Let's say, for an example, fellas, and pay a close attention to this, especially to the younger generation as y'all come up. Y'all get to know these young girls and they want to go live this life. They run in the streets and stuff like that and hang with the homegirls and all that. And y'all fellas doing the same thing. See, that's not of godly principles there, brother. I may as well tell you the truth. They're in the nightclub and getting tipsy and drinking and all that, and y'all so cool. That's not of godly principles. Because let me tell you something, anything bound to happen. Because I'm going to tell you, even in my past, I done seen females, man, that I dealt with, that they seem so quiet and humble, right? And I see this pattern all the time. This just ain't my personal life. This is a lot of people. And a lot of people could attest to this because this done happen in their life also. You would think they're so humble and peaceful, right? But for some reason, every time they got into the nightclub, wow, so much change. I don't know what that liquor or bed did to them and that music, but all of a sudden another side came out them you didn't know they had in them. You see, they went to start flirting with men, rubbing on men. That's what these women was doing, the same woman that seemed so quiet on the outside. Now you got to question yourself, why as soon as this person got in this environment, they start acting like that? You see, not following godly principles. So basically what I'm telling you, we're not in a perfect world and anything could happen at any time. But if you allow yourself in that atmosphere, it's definitely, you're putting yourself in a lot more trouble. I'm just going to be honest with you, just by even going in that atmosphere. And that's not an atmosphere of godly principles. And that's what this video is all about. It's being in places that could get you in a lot of trouble. You know, I think about it sometime. Everybody needs some space sometime, relationships. But the problem is this, you give them a little bit of space outside of godly principles. These girls start talking about girls' night out and stuff like that. Okay, girls' night out, let's go to girls' night out into the church and praise God. That's the girls' night y'all need to do, under godly principles. Oh, no, they won't go on vacations and playcations. Hear me? Vacations and playcations. You know, fellas, I done seen so many fellas let their wife claim they was going on girls' night out. So these girls going talking, they got a trip to Las Vegas and all kind of stuff. Now they wilding out in the pool, they getting tipsy, they getting drunk. You know what I mean? And I done seen this happen to humble women. Life getting destroyed because they not following godly principles. Listen to me, fellas. I'm bringing this to y'all raw and uncut. This ain't no video that I'm just giving y'all where I sit there and think about what to say. I'm just coming off the dome, coming off what my brain is processing, because what I done seen in life in so many cases, and how I done seen so many people, relationship got destroyed because they not following godly principles. And I have to just be honest with you about the situation. And that's what's happening in the world we live in. You know, we sit here and try to do things on our own and try to say the relationship too boring because we not following godly principles. I mean, because we following godly principles, we need to spice the relationship up. Start hanging out in the streets and stuff like that all the time. Fellas hanging out with the homies. Girls hanging out with all their friends. All of a sudden, the relationship got out of hand. Then here comes the situation. Oh, man, you know so-and-so cheating on you. So-and-so been to the bar and drunk out her mind. Man, you better not trust so-and-so. I just saw so-and-so on social media doing this and doing that. All these distractions in the world. Destroying the generations. But it's all about not following godly principles. You see? So fellas, is the man in the head of the house. That's the first thing you should let your woman know. If you really want the relationship to be as much success as possible. When y'all go out on dinner date with these women, I would ask them, what's their relationship with God? And if we connect in this relationship, are you willing to follow godly principles? Because if that woman says she's not willing to follow godly principles, that's a red flag. You might as well go ahead and dismiss yourself right then and there. Because she's telling you that it's going to be problems. Okay, well, I guess you don't fall in love and you want it so bad, so you would take a chance. Okay, well, you go and take a chance. It might be all right. I'm not telling you that following everything in the Bible is going to make your relationship successful. I'm not telling you that. But the only thing I'm going to tell you is that if people was following godly principles and the commandments and what God say, the world would be a much better place. But it's because people doing things their way is why things is happening the way it's happening in the world. So next time when you got that question, why is your relationship not working out? Why are you going through this? Why is your woman acting the way she acting? Hey, it's simple. Remember the story of Adam and Eve. The woman is the weaker vessel. That's just it. But as man, we have to have standards. And that's reality. And I think one of the biggest standards that we can have in life, and this is real as it get, is to follow them principles. Yeah, that means a whole lot. That godly principles is very powerful. So for all men out here in the world, what's your relationship with God? You know, are you standing on godly principles or principles of the world? When you met this woman, did you like to go to the bar every weekend and hang out? Yeah. What are you introducing this woman to? But you expect her to just sit home all the time and be bored. And she like, nah, you going to the bar every time and hang out? Bro, set an example. We as men, we need to set the example for what our expectations are. And when we set the example, follow the example that we're showing. Because if we don't follow the example that we're showing, hey, I mean, fellas, you can't expect the woman to be perfect. And I'm not saying anybody perfect, nobody perfect, because life will be a lot more easier. Yeah, so it's something to think about. That's why we're having problems in the world that we live in. King of relationships. Peace.